What is up, guys? I know it has been a long ass fucking time since I posted a YouTube video, but we are back, at least for now, so who knows how long, or if this is even just a one-off type of situation. But reason why I wanted to make a video is because about a week and a half ago, I think, Google released this really cool embedding model that I thought no one really talked about too much. Like, yeah, it went like decently viral on here, like got like shit ton of impressions and shit like that, but I feel like nowhere near as like talked about it as like OpenClaw and all that bullshit. Not saying it should be, not that I use OpenClaw or anything like that, but like I think what Gemini just released was really fucking cool for their new embedding model. Why do I like this model? Okay, so if you don't know what embeddings are, let's start with that actually. For those who don't know what embeddings are, let me load up a Google Doc just to like explain what they are. Embedding models, okay? What embeddings do is they convert text into like a list of numbers, okay? And these lists of numbers are supposed to capture the meaning of said text, right? So, for example, the example I've given, if you've watched any of my videos before, is let's say I like to eat, right? That would just, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 56, I don't know. I'm just spitting out random fucking numbers, okay? In the real world, this list of numbers is like thousands long, okay? Like I think Gemini's is like around 1,000 something long, okay? But if you take another set of text, let's just say I like to eat or I want to go get food, which is two similar sentences, right? I like to eat, I want to go get food, like not exactly the same, but pretty fucking close, right? They're going to be very similar in numbers, right? So this list of numbers maybe is like the same, except this is like 2.5, I don't know, I'm just making stuff up, 7.9. So they'll be the same in numbers because they mean the same shit, right? And if something that's like different, like I use Shopify for my ecom brand, right? This will probably be a whole different set of numbers, like -4, -3, 2.5, 2.5, I don't know. Things like that, right? So essentially the embeddings, they convert these texts into numbers so that you can use these. So say you have like thousands of these sentences, right? Let's just assume now we have, instead of just these random sentences, we have thousands of different sales letters, okay? So like let's stick with a copywriting example. We have a different like sales letters. Each of them are converted into these lists of numbers, right? Now if I get a new sales letter, let's just say it's a sales letter on a supplement brand, right? I can embed that sales letter, that new sales letter, so turn that into a list of numbers, find other lists of numbers, other embeddings that are similar to this new one that we just got, and what you'll find is those sales letters will also be related to supplement brands, okay? And this is how lookalike searches are able to be done at a very efficient rate, right? So if you ever use like in the cold email space like Ocean.io, or really any lookalike model out there, embeddings are a very easy way to do that, or to make anything very searchable through a lot of unstructured data, okay? So this is not how it's done on a text level. Now, this is where it gets cool with Gemini. So Gemini, what they release is that you can embed not text, because before text was the only way, like most embedding models only converted text into these lists of numbers. Gemini is multimodal, meaning it can embed images, videos, and text, audio all together, okay? So let's say you have a swipe file now, right? Let's say you want to make a swipe file for your meta ads, right? So obviously some of them are static, some of them are videos, and they all come with copy that come with it, right? What you can do is you can embed now. So let's just say you have a static image, right? A static image plus copy, and that will become its own list of numbers. Okay, I'm just making up random numbers here, right? And then you get another static image and a copy, same thing, right? Or maybe the next one is a video, right? Maybe it's like a UGC video, okay? Plus their copy, right? What you can then do is convert all these into a list of numbers, and now you have a very searchable database, a very searchable swipe file, more importantly, where you can search shit up like supplements or, I don't know, razors, and not just search up by text, but you can put in actual images of tech or of other ads, right? And it can find lookalikes of that. So, which is what we created. I'm about to show you how it all works and how to build all this yourself. So I made a really shitty demo version of this using literally this Gemini embedding model, okay? So what we can do is let's just type in, I was playing around with this earlier. Let's just say perfume, right? Search. And I only put in like 30 ads into this, and look at that. It builds up, it shows out like some like Sephora bullshit, right? And like deodorants. And again, I didn't put that many ads or that many static since I think there's like only like 40 into this. But obviously, the better the swipe, the better database you have, the more shit will come up, as you'd imagine, right? And you can not just search it by actual text, you can do it by images as well. So let's see what I have. I have this photo of a fucking razor right here, right? Let's watch this. So I'm gonna drag and drop that, search it by image. Look at that. Other Razor ads come up, right? So it's pretty fucking sick. Because again, what it's doing on the back end is when I give it this photo of a razor, right? So this photo of the razor is what I injected into this. It's going to embed this. So it's going to turn this razor, right? So let's put this in the Google Doc. Turn this razor into a list of numbers. So like, again, I'm just making up random fucking numbers here, right? It's going to be 1,000 numbers long, 1,000 plus numbers long. And it's going to go look through our database of other image statics or other ads that we have in this database and find embeddings, so these other lists of numbers that are similar in value as the one that we extracted from this razor. And again, if they are close in value, what we'll find is that they'll also be razors, right? So again, very straightforward how this is like made conceptually, if that makes sense. And yeah, to do this, it's very straightforward. Again, so first step one is this data ingestion. You want to gather all your creatives plus a copy that corresponds with them, and throw them into your Gemini embedding model from there, and then push them into a vector database. That's all you have to do. And when I say a vector database, I use Pinecone. What vector databases allow you to do is because these, these vector databases, or these embeddings, my apologies, these embeddings, they are thousands of numbers long, and not only do that, but doing comparisons between 1,000 long lists versus another number, but comparing to like thousands of other 1,000 length lists, right? That takes up a lot of computational power to actually do that pairwise comparison across like thousands of them, right? Or even hundreds of thousands of them, right? So these vector databases, they do some shit on the back end. You don't need to worry about that, but they allow you to do it really fucking fast, right? Where all you have to do is, because as you saw this fucking thing, this took like 2 seconds, like less than 2 seconds to get this lookalike search, right? It allows you to find other similar embeddings in your database at a very efficient rate, essentially, okay? And obviously just storing all this from a memory perspective is a pain in the ass as well, as you'd imagine. So things like that. So I use Pinecone, but yeah, all you have to do is gather all your creatives, let's say, embed them using the Gemini model, new Gemini model, and just push them into your vector database. And then all you have to do from there is find lookalike ads. You give it the reference text or the reference creative, embed that, right? So again, just like what we did with this razor, we're embedding this photo of this razor, turning it into an embedding, and all you have to do is send it into the vector database and push it all, and it will push it all into the vector database, that single embedding, and it will find the similar ones and query their database for similar embeddings, okay? And if a lot of this sounds overly technical, you could literally just take this fucking transcript, throw it at Gemini, get this transcript, tell fucking Claude Code or Cursor to build this, and they'll do it in 2 seconds. It's literally what I did, right? I literally said, what did I say? This took me like 2 seconds to build. Do a web search on the Gemini embedding 2, our first native, blah, 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 and how to implement it. I want a demo on how to create static ads, and you can see it from here, right? This literally took me like 2 seconds to build, right? And so if you have your own database of statics or database of video ads, throw them all into a folder, embed them using the Gemini model, new Gemini model, and then literally it's super straightforward from there, guys. But you guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much, and hope you guys have a great day.